Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Jessi Sagander, and this month in Action Parenting, we have been talking about building resiliency. And so today I want to talk a little bit about how do we build resiliency, purposely build resiliency in our older kids. So some of those older elementary kids and those teenage kids. First, if you haven't been with us earlier this month, resiliency is the ability to bounce back. Okay, we want to be able to teach our teenagers how to get knocked down and bounce back up in life, knowing that that's going to happen to them no matter what we do. We want to give them the skills to be able to bounce back up. And there are a lot of different things that we can do to really proactively help build resiliency into our kiddos. And a lot of them are the same things we do when the kids are young. They just look a little different as they get older. And so one of the most important things that we can do for our older kids to build resiliency is just to continue to build connection into their life. When they're young, that connection to mom and dad is really important. And as they grow older, connections to other people are important. So making sure we are giving them the time and the space to foster relationships with other safe people in their life, other people that can kind of speak into their life and guide them, that can encourage them. And that can look like a lot of different things. That could be a therapist, that could be a grandparent, that could be a neighbor. That could be a coach, that could be a teacher, but just encouraging those kids to be connected and to build relationships with people outside of the family, teaching them how to do that so that they have that skill and ability when they leave our home. I think another thing that's really important with teenagers as we're building resiliency is to give them the space to share. We all know that there's so much going on in the life and in the mind and in the body of a teenager. And sometimes they just need us to hold space for them to share what's happening. And for teenagers, oftentimes that is at nighttime. Usually we are crawling into bed and one of my kiddos needs me then. And it takes a lot of energy and effort for me to put my own needs and desires aside and show up for them at 10 or 11 o'clock at night. As they're starting to wind down and their brain's processing things, they need me to show up for them in a certain way. Giving them that space, letting them know that they can come and talk to you about anything, letting them know that they don't have to hide things from you. They don't have to always have it all together. They don't have to always know what they're doing. Providing that space for them to just have those conversations and kind of process through those emotions is an important part. I think another thing that's really important for our teenagers is to help identify or to call out the things that they are doing well. And it's not just a performance thing, although sometimes it is a performance thing. If we get that email from the teacher, making sure we're saying, oh my gosh, I heard from your teacher, you gave a great speech in class, I'm so proud of you, making sure that they're hearing those things from us. So calling out those things in life that they're really good at, but also the effort they're putting forward of, I know that math test didn't go as well as you wanted, but I really appreciate that you took time to study, that you asked really good questions, and how can I help you next time? Or what do we need to do differently next time? Or what do you need to do differently next time to get the grade that you want? But really cheering on that effort and making them know that you see them and you see the work that they're putting in, no matter how successful they are or not, I think is a really, really important thing. Along those lines, just helping them find a purpose. There's a lot of research that talks about the importance of a kiddo knowing their purpose or having a purpose, and the impact it has on resiliency. And so when our kids are getting older, they want to try lots of different things. And we want to help them explore those things in as much as possible and works for a family. It doesn't mean that they need to do everything, but it means that we encourage them to try new things, that we encourage them to join a different club or try a different sport or have a hard conversation. It does not mean those things are going to go perfect. And that's a great example of teaching resiliency right there. If they decide to learn how to play the clarinet, they're not going to know how to do it well day one. But it's that practice, it's that get up again, it's that encouragement in the right direction that are also important. And so just encouraging them to find their purpose, to find something they're good at, to find something they're passionate about, really ties in with their identity and their ability to bounce back up. And then I think the most important thing as we are encouraging resiliency or growing resiliency in our teenagers is to just let them know that it's okay to not always have it together, to extend a whole lot of grace. that we don't expect perfection out of them, that they should not expect perfection out of themselves, and that life is going to be hard. And part of the skills that we want for them to do, to walk away with from our family with, are the ability to not need to be perfect, to not do everything perfectly, and just to know that it's going to be okay, even if things don't go exactly the way they want. So extending that grace, modeling that flexibility to them, are all pieces of building resiliency in our teenage kids. For more information on how you build resiliency in families, or deal with the big emotions that we find in all of us these days, head to our website at actionparenting.org and check out our online classes.